Hey, it's Kaya, and I'm glad you're back to hang out again, girl. I enjoyed doing a little briefing with you last time we hung out, and I'm ready to do it again. So, um, how are you doing? Let me know how you doing. Me personally, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit with my motivation this week. Honestly, um, it's getting close to the end of the school year, and it started getting weary towards the end, and so you really have to kind of kick in that um, intrinsic motivation. But So that's kind of been a little bit of a struggle. Also, I'm really having to trust God in this current season. I've been having to trust God a lot lately. Uh, Not that I don't trust God all the time, but like, you know what I mean. Really, really, really having to put that faith in. Um, and that's been a test for me this week, because when things are not looking the way I need it to look or how I expect it to look, because I have high expectations and I kind of live in this like big emotion world. And so I think everything has like this big emotion behind it. And so that kind of disappoints my expectations sometimes. Anyways, so that's been something I've been dealing with this week. Pray for your girl as I continue to trust God with some things. But yeah, let me know how you doing. Today, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like as a girl, one of the hardest things to um, do is find community and find friendship, and kind of identifying what that means and how that works. And so when I think about that, I kind of think about sisterhood. So growing up, like my mama always said, your sisters are your friends. Like, I don't care what little girls you hang out with. I don't care who you connect with. Like, your sisters are your friends. So when I think about friendship, female friendship, I think about sisterhood. Like, really, really sisterhood. Real friends are like sisters. And so that's something, I don't know, I feel like we should think about, because growing up, like I said, my sisters were my friends, and they still currently are my friends. I don't know why I'm doing quotations. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can see that I just did quotations. My sisters are, in fact, my friends, and I, in fact, do love them in a friendly way and in a familiar way, or familiar way. You know what I mean. But we did everything together, playing outside, connecting with other people. My sisters did sports together, or we did sports at the same time. We even when we were little played, like we were some administrative assistants, office baddies, I don't know. And we even went on lunch break and had our little boo things. Like, we did it all. We combed Bratz doll hair together. We had easy bake ovens and we made stuff. We read together. We jumped on our beds when we wasn't supposed to together. So I really genuinely have a friendship with them. But we also have that sister bond where we are unified. We support each other. We show each other grace and love and compassion. If you see me looking up, I kind of like wrote down the definition of sisterhood so that I could say it to y'all. So by definition, AI Google says the bond of unity. The sisterhood is the bond of unity, support, grace, love, and compassion among women, mutual trust and encouragement. And I feel like with my relationship with my sisters, that is like kind of what that embodies. And so they were my first example of friendship and what having friends feel like. And I feel like that's a pretty good base. But around middle school, 7th, 8th grade, I had a friend named Jenny. I'm still hot, Jenny from the block. I had a best friend that was from Honduras. Her name is Jennifer. But she was like my outside of family circle, like my one of my first friends, and we did a lot together. She lived across the highway, so there was a lot of running back and forth across the highway. But other than like my cousin, that was the only house that I've ever spent the night at growing up. And I loved it. I loved it. Jenny, she had a razor because Jenny had a little money. Jenny was well taken care of. So Jenny had a pink razor, okay? And I just thought that was the flyest thing. And I thought it was super cute. And we would like kind of talk about boys and fashion, of course, food, because me and Jenny both like to eat. But she also was like my first little peaks of not rebellion, but rebellion in the sense of how she would like let me borrow her mini skirts, and because I didn't really have like mini skirts. And so like, you know, back in that time we was wearing the jean mini skirts with the leggings underneath. Yeah, that was a thing. And so on Fridays at during middle school, we would get to wear jeans instead of our khakis. And so Jenny would let me borrow her mini skirt, and like I thought that was just the best thing since sliced bread. Like, Jenny let me borrow her mini skirt. That's my bestie for life. Me and Jennifer do not talk to this day, but like we follow each other on Facebook. I comment on her stuff, she comment on mine, and it's all love, because that sisterhood that we built in middle school, the root of that, the core of that still remains. Like, I have mad love for her. I don't know why I said mad love, baby. I'm not from New York, and I don't know why I just said mad love, but I do have mad love for Jenny, like, for real. And then my other example of friendship would be my cousin Raven, and then girls that I went to church with. And I got to experience friendship with them outside of my sisters, and it just introduced me to a lot of fun stuff. But with all those girls, even if I don't talk to them today, I do still talk to my cousin Raven. But the other girls, even if I don't talk to them to this day, if we see each other, if we're in the same environment, same event, or anything like that, or we going through something similar in life, it's like that sisterhood that we built, that bond that we built, it'll come right back around, and we able to pick up right where we left off. So let me get to what I really want to ask, okay? The question I have is, one, how to be a good friend, and how to know if you're a good friend. Because the thing about sisterhood is it says mutual trust and encouragement. So that means you can't expect for someone to pour into you and you're not pouring back to them, or vice versa. You can't be giving your last leg and last breath to the friendship and that person not do the same for you, because then y'all are not really friends. Y'all really don't have sisterhood. And even when, like, for example, my current and I think forever best friend would be Taylor. Me and her, like, recently hadn't seen each other for almost near 7-8 months. And we got to link up during my spring break, and like we picked up where we left off at. Like, it was a good time, but we're always encouraging each other. We're always giving each other advice. If we need each other at a drop of a minute, she can call me and I'm answering. I can call her and she's answering. Whether it's really good news or really terrible news. But we have not always been perfect towards each other, but the root of, or the core of our friendship has always remained true, and that is just to be supportive, show love, show grace, right? Because another thing about friendship is sometimes people expect for it to be always rainbows and this. No, if y'all have real sisterhood, y'all gonna disagree. If y'all have real sisterhood, one person might have to hold another person accountable. And I just feel like if it's not true relationship, true sisterhood, then it might feel like it's always rainbows and all that type of stuff. And you really should evaluate that, because there should be growth. For example, I am very emotionally aware. I said that last time I hung out with you. And really, truly, that is a light that I have, right? And so I can really pour into other people emotionally, but I can also like tell when somebody is going through something or something is off, or if they really want to sit down and talk to somebody, baby, I'm going to talk to you about them emotions, right? And so that is something, a light that I can shine. But somebody might have something else, which like motivation, right? And they might be a super motivated person, so they shining that version of their light on me, right? And we're kind of giving that to each other, and we're kind of pouring into each other. You cannot be the only light in your friend group, or you cannot be the one with all the extensions of light. No, baby. And it has to be full and well-rounded. And it's not that those other girls, y'all are not true friends. It's just that that's not, maybe typically not the friend group for you. Oh, another thing that I kind of wanted to I don't know, that I was thinking about too, is like, do y'all really believe in the whole, like, there's different types of friendships? So for example, like, I got my girls at my job, at my high school, where we just chatted up, right? But like on the weekends, unless we see something, like on Instagram or Facebook, other than that, we're not really talking. But like at work, we be having stuff to talk about. So they're my work friends, right? But they're not necessarily my main or my overall, involved in every aspect of my life friends. So do y'all believe in like the different types of friends, or like the friends who you just go out with, like you might go to a lounge with, or you might go to a day party or event to, or like a friend that y'all are always going to Bible studies together, women conferences, or doing devotion together, or sending each other spiritually encouraging things? Or is it a friend who you just know by association, like, oh, that's my husband's best friend's wife, right? So y'all cool on that aspect because of y'all husbands. Or my dad best friend daughter, right? Like, we're cool because of that association. Or like we went through a relatable experience and we connected through that, and that's how we kind of became friends. But we are only friends in that area. Different type of friends. I don't know. I kind of believe in it, but then like me, I'm not the type of person that have several different friends. Like I said, I do have my friends at work, right? My work friends, my work sisters. But other than that, like, everybody else that's my friend is like, well, they're all of those things in one, right? I relate to them. I might know them through association of something else, or met them through association of something else. We go out and have fun together. We're reading scripture together. We're encouraging each other. Like, they're all those things wrapped in one to me. And like, that's why we have a good friendship. That's why we have a good sisterhood. But then I also started thinking, so basically I feel like I'm gonna ramble, because like when I hang out with my sisters, my friends, or I'm talking on the phone to my mama or anything like that, I'm gonna, like, even when I'm talking about the same thing, I'm gonna hop to different points of it that might not, I don't know, I just be thinking a lot. I'm an overthinker. But I don't know, another part of that I was kind of thinking about too is there's different versions of sisterhood too, because of course friendship is kind of like one of those bigger parts of it, but sisterhood is mutual between women, right? So for example, if I see my coworkers, my female coworkers, and their hair looks really nice, or I like the pants they have on, right? I'm going to encourage them like, oh, girl, you look good today. Oh, that's tea. Or like, hey, did you get to finish that paper you were working on? Because I have like some coworkers who are in school. Did you finish that paper? Girl, I bet that paper good. I'll read it for you. Right? Like embodying that love and compassion and encouragement amongst other women, even though we're not actually friends or I'm not actually talking to them. Or like, I seen a girl, I was walking out of Ross one day and she was walking into Ross and I was like, ooh, I really like that dress. And she was like, honestly, I really like your shoes. And that, like, that's all we said in passing. I will never see that girl again. But that's just like sisterhood vibes to me. It's like, I'm going to encourage every woman that I can. And another thing that I don't like is like mean girl behavior, or like, it don't matter if we're 10 years old or we're 50 years old. I despise mean girl behavior. I hate mean girl behavior. It gives me the ick. It's kind of disgusting. Like, why are we being mean to each other? And like, we even tell like girls at school like that. Like, why are we being mean to each other? Why are we talking about that other girl? Like, why are you going out your way to be mean or like iffy to another female? Like, I don't understand. Now, but that's just, right? So just embodying the whole description that I read of what sisterhood is. And then another thing I was thinking about is sisterhood can be like all these examples: mother and daughter, sisters, mentor and mentee, aunt and niece. It could be like your sisters in Christ, like girls you're at church with. It could be your co-workers. It can be, again, your friends. But like, it really is more of, I ain't gonna say a characteristic, but like, I don't know, it's something that you are, and it's something that you use to kind of build community with any female that you're interacting with. Of course, at different levels and different intensity, but like, it's something that we all should walk around with, And then there's this thing on TikTok where it's like, you are who you hang around. And I feel like, I don't know, even at a young age, you're trying to figure out who you are. And so sometimes you don't know if the people that you're hanging around is a good reflection of who you are. And you don't know if the people you hanging around is what you aspire to be, because you might not even know yourself. You know what I mean? And then, like, as you get older and you figure out who you are, you're like, okay, that person shares similar qualities to me as me, or like, that person has something that I need to grow and that I aspire to be, and vice versa, right? Y'all doing that thing for each other. And so, I don't know, with that TikTok trend, you are who you hang around, people are doing it about their brothers, their husbands, their boyfriends, whatever. But I mostly see girls do it about their friends. And so I just really want you to look around and think about the females that you interact with, at the different levels that you do. But one, are you a good friend to them? Are they a good friend to you? How do you be that good friend? And how are you being a light to them? How are they being a light to you? But also, what parts of them are a reflection of you, good or bad? And lastly, like, I don't know, let's just kind of think about how we interact with each other overall, how we talk to each other, how we love on each other. When we talk to the females in our village or in our day-to-day life, or that we interact with in passing, are we radiating unity, support, grace, love, compassion? Are we sharing a mutual trust and encouragement, right? And again, different levels, different intensity, right? Because the way that I trust my sister-in-law is not the same way that I would trust one of my random female coworkers, right? But one of my random female coworkers should have a mutual trust that as a woman, I'm not going to disrespect her and embarrass her for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do that. And so, are you embodying sisterhood is my question. And also, too, I don't know, friendship is hard. It's hard to keep up with. I also feel like friendship in general is a big topic. Like, I don't know. We might have to revisit friendship and sisterhood because I feel like it's also so many layers to it. And like, maybe we can do how to find friends. Maybe we could do how to know if somebody want to be your friend. Like, that's more middle school type thing. But I might have some middle schoolers who tapping in to hang out with me. So I want to, cross their thoughts too. Like, how do I know if a person want to be my friend? How do I know if they're a good friend? How do I know if I'm being a good friend? What's some things and qualities that friendship should have? And then how do I build sisterhood, build community, But that's just kind of my thoughts for today. We'll get to that when I have my first guest. We'll probably get into that a little bit more. Because we are going to invite some other people, like I said, to hang out with us. And we are going to talk about a lot of stuff. And this is probably one of the things that we hit for sure. But yeah, thank you for coming to hang out with me again. After you finish this, listening to this, I really want you to think about what kind of friend are you? Like, are you being a good sister? Are you being a good friend? Are you being a good niece, a mentee, a daughter, a mother, a coworker, a aunt, a niece, right? Are you really, really doing that? And the people around you, are you surrounding yourself with the best people that you can possible? The right friend group for you. Not that they're perfect, not that you're perfect, but the right friend group for you, the right sisterhood for you. Think about it. And come back next Friday to hang out with me again, and then we'll talk about it. See you next Friday. I don't know why I did this. Bye!